Hello guys, and welcome once again to Nana Joe's Kitchen. This day I was craving pupusas and I had a big box of tomatoes, so we're gonna begin by making the pupusa sauce. So this was my first time using my little glass pot and I was actually kind of scared that it was gonna pop on me, and I'm so glad it didn't. So to the pot, I'm gonna add about, 20 cherry tomatoes. You can also do serrano, jalapeno, but I am a little on the extreme side and I decided to use a little bit of ghost peppers. So I let everything boil for about 10 minutes, then I let it cool off a bit before putting it into my blender. I do about 2 to 3 garlic cloves, about a tablespoon of nor, a little bit of salt, and I'm also gonna do about a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of oregano. Probably more than a teaspoon of oregano because I like the oregano taste. Then we're gonna go ahead and blend our sauce. In the meantime, I like to slice up some onions and then caramelize them in a little bit of oil. So when the sauce is ready, I just pour it in there, let that come to a boil, and it's ready. Now we're gonna work on the curtido for the pupusas. I bought this gadget in hopes that it was going to make my life a little easier, and I brought you guys with me in the process so you guys can help me use this. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it was a really bad idea because I was actually starving, one. Two, I didn't have all the ingredients to make my pupusa, so I was kind of like improvising, and then I bring a new equipment out here while everybody's waiting for me to hurry the hell up and make dinner. Anyways, the whole point is that I tried, guys. I tried to use this machine. It says it's supposed to make your life a little bit easier. Honestly, I read the instructions. I read everything. I think I need to watch a little bit more YouTube videos or some type of video that's going to help me how to use this stupid machine. If anybody has this machine, please, comment section, tell me, what the hell do I do? Thing is that it's supposed to make thin slice dices, juliennes. There's different shapes and forms of the vegetables that you wanted to cut, but it was just finally dicing myself. Like, how do I change the setting? Anyways, we had to abort the mission and continue to slice our cabbage by hand. I'm gonna do a whole head of cabbage and I'm gonna thinly slice it. In the meantime, I had it sitting in hot boiling water for about like 5 minutes. For my carrots, I like to use my papas to do the julienne. It's supposed to be super, super thin. So with the other side of the papas, I just kind of like thinly slice it. I had already put ghost pepper on the sauce. I went with 1 jalapeno for the curtido. I'm also going to do a purple onion so it can have a nice color, but you can also use yellow or white. Thinly slice that mother chucker, and then I mix everything together and then put everything into a bowl and bring the cabbage that we had sitting in the hot water for about 5 minutes. It's just to soften it up so when it curtirse, it does it a little bit faster. By the way, curtir means pickled in Spanish. I like my curtido to taste a lot like vinegar, so I add a little bit more vinegar than I do water. So I do about 2 cups of vinegar and about 1.5 cups of water. Then we add our salt and pepper and then crush up some fresh oregano, mix everything together, and then we let this in the fridge, we leave it in the fridge so it can curtirse, or so it can pickle, while I finish doing the rest of the stuff. Please tell me I do not just leave you guys here watching this. Oh my gosh, who edits these? Okay, gosh, mix everything. I already told you guys that, but keep mixing your curtido and then pop it in the fridge for, 30 minutes at least so it can be nice and fresh. I don't know if I already told you this, but I was actually craving pupusas, and there is one place here in my town that sells it. My husband was like, do you want to go and buy some? I was like, absolutely not. I just want to make them myself. But I didn't have all the ingredients, so we're going to improvise. I had some chicken. I also had this jerk marinade season from Wakanda. So I put the jerk seasoning into my chicken. These are chicken tenderloins that I have already cleaned up. I also have the Jamaican jerk seasoning that I got in New York, and I also use this for my ham. So we're going to do a little bit of that because that seasoning packet was for 1 pound of chicken, and I think I had more than 1 pound, so I didn't want my chicken to be all desabrido. It also calls for you to put it in the oven, but I was like, ain't nobody got time to get all those dishes out the oven. I already have way too much going on my counters. Where the hell am I going to put the dishes? So I'm just going to put it in the air fryer. And one mistake I did do was preheat the air fryer with the sartén in there, and that shit gets so hot. It goes all the way to 550 degrees. I put a little bit of oil on the little pan, so the oil started smoking. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to start a fire in my house. I pulled the freaking container out, put the chicken in there immediately so I didn't catch a fire. And little did I know, it was so hot it burned through my wood, like the tabla, and it burned through the napkins that I pulled to take it out. So don't be making TikToks while you're cooking, people. Just kidding. But anyways, this is the dangerous thing that I'm talking about. Just kidding. It's not dangerous. I am the dangerous one. See? 550 degrees. Look, that's the burning part right there. Ruined my tabla. But anyways, I put it in the little air fryer at 550 degrees for about 10 minutes because I wanted to get a nice little char on top. So the pupusas that I wanted required beans, but I didn't have the time to cook beans. I didn't have canned beans, but last time that I went to the grocery outlet, I came across these beans and I got them for like very, very emergency, circumstances like today. They call it a bean sopa and dehydrated beans with all kinds of other seasonings. All you had to do was put it in the water and let it simmer for about 20 minutes and you had freaking black beans. I just put them in my blender, blend them up. It was already seasoned. They taste good. I don't give a shit. I just wanted my pupusas ASAP already. I had my mozzarella cheese, put my very, very flavorful beans, by the way, because they were really, really good. Put them in the same bowl where the cheese, and then I chop up my Wakanda Forever chicken. That's a chicken that almost burned down my house. Chopped it up, and then I put the chicken in it with the beans and the cheese. Mix everything together. Yes, with my hand. It's for my people here in my house. They don't care that I have long nails. For the masa, you need corn masa and water. I didn't have regular corn masa, but I did have some red masa that a company sent to me. And I was like, you know what? I need corn masa, so I'm just going to use this. I'm not going to go to the store and buy the rest of the stuff. Like, I don't got time. Might as well just go to the store and buy the actual whole pupusa so I can get the hell out of the kitchen. So I just use equal parts corn masa and equal parts warm water. Now, to form the pupusa, I'm not a professional, okay? Because I am not Salvadorian. I am Mexican, and this is not our specialty, but we love them. We love pupusas. So I'm going to make a flat disc with my masa, and then using my fist, I make like little craters where I'm going to put the stuffing. And we slowly close up the pupusa with oily hands. That way the masa doesn't stick to our hands. And then we start to flatten it out until it becomes a pupusa. I put it in a greasy comal. That way they get nice and crispy on the outside and then nice and cheesy in the inside. I was not a big fan of this masa because it was just not the business, guys. But I had to do what I had to do. But anyways, guys, I get all the pupusas on the comal, get them nice and crispy and ready. And then to serve, I personally love the curtido. So I make me a big, big giant bowl of the curtido. The sauce was a little on the spicy side, so we're going to just do a little bit of the sauce. And I had already ate one pupusa, so I'm just going to put two on the plate. That way, me estoy haciendo la boca chiquita, There you have it, guys. This was dinner. I showed you guys how to make the curtido or how I make the curtido. I also show you guys how I make the salsa and my pupusas. And there you have it. Hope you like this recipe. Bye.